Hi everyone, I hope that you're doing well. I'm happy to be here with you, though I will say I'm missing you deeply. Seeing you in the studio and being able to practice together. I am outside just so that I don't wake up the people in my apartment building by talking very loudly into a phone. So if you can get outside to take this practice, I definitely would encourage you to do so. But otherwise, wherever you have the space and the time is of course okay. So I'm going to have you guys get started right on your backs. So you can lay on your back, plant the soles of your feet down on your mat, and lift your knees just face right up towards the ceiling. Okay, just in supportive, constructive rest. Once you're here, you're welcome to bring one hand to your heart, the other hand right onto your low belly. And then if it feels safe and it feels okay in your body, go ahead and gently let your eyes close. Maybe you're just curious about what that experience would be like, right? To close down your eyes, to eliminate one of your senses. So just see how that lands in your body and your experience. And notice how it feels to find a little bit of stillness. It might feel good for you to allow your awareness to expand a little bit. You can notice sounds that you hear, whether they're nearby or far away. Maybe it's my voice or birds outside or someone doing the dishes, right? Can you just allow your awareness to be really expansive? Start to notice any sounds that feel a little bit closer to where you are. And in the room that you're in. And then slowly, mindfully, can you allow your awareness to just be with you within the four corners of your mat? Okay, so getting closer and closer to your own direct experience here. There might still be sounds that you hear. It might now start to look like becoming aware of what your feet feel like. What your palms feel like resting against your heart and your low belly. You might be able to notice the way your clothes feel against your skin. And just the play of air on your face and on your hands. And just using these tools to help you ground into your body, your own experience this morning. And I know sometimes we use this practice, we use yoga or any other kind of self-care, if it's fitness, if it's meditation, if it's painting or drawing or whatever it is, right? Sometimes we use those platforms as an opportunity to escape whatever is going on, whether it's in our personal lives or it's global. Right? But sometimes we use those things as an escape. And of course we do that. Sometimes things feel really heavy and they feel difficult and they feel hard, and it's really natural to look for a way to escape that feeling. And of course we do that. What I want to offer you this morning is this opportunity to use this practice not as a way to escape what you're feeling, right? Not as a way to escape the injustices that we're all witnessing, not as a way to escape the pandemic, not as a way to escape our own grief or our own guilt, confusion, right? Not as a way to escape these things that are actually really needing our attention, right? That are actually really asking us to feel those emotions that are showing up. Okay, so can we do that from the safety of our mats? So we get to use the practice, the physical asana, to help us, right? To help us tolerate those emotions so that we can respond to them. So with just you on your mat and your own direct experience, can you explore the idea of being open to what you're feeling? Being open to the thoughts that you're having and meeting them with a lot of honesty. I invite you to take just a few more full breaths here. And then as you feel ready, go ahead and bring both of your hands to overlap right over your heart center. And as you use this opportunity to set an intention for your practice, I invite and encourage you to allow that intention to offer you some space to really tune into your body and your experience. Right, to stay with what shows up and what's there rather than escaping or avoiding it. Or perhaps what lands most for you is using this opportunity to set an intention as a dedication. And once you have that intention or that dedication in mind together, take one full breath in. And a nice long breath out. Nice and gently you can start to blink your eyes open. And then go ahead and take a nice long body stretch here, right? Send your legs down the length of your mat, reach your arms above your head. It might feel good to reach a little further through one hand and one foot, and then a little bit further through the other. Go ahead and then make this with your hands and your knuckles up towards the ceiling and circle out your wrists a couple of times. Great, just bringing some movement, some breathing room into the small muscles and joints of your hands. And then use a little bit of low belly strength, hug your knees in toward your chest. Take your palms to your shins and rock gently side to side just a couple of times. And then from here, you guys, as you feel ready, just bring the sole of your left foot back down onto your mat, right? So setting up for an early figure four. Hug your right knee in towards your right shoulder, right? Start there. And you can stay here. If it feels okay for you, think about a half happy baby pose. Bring your right hand to the pinky toe edge of your right foot. Bend your right knee deeply so that it comes down towards your right armpit. It might feel good for you to roll slowly onto your right hand side, right? So much so that your right quad can touch the earth alongside your body. Take a full breath. Let the breath go. And then slowly come back to center. I want you to take your right ankle, cross it over your left quad. And then you're welcome to stay here, right? This could be enough. Or nice and slowly, really gently, start to bring your left knee towards your left shoulder. And I want you to see if you can resist using your hands to pull your ankle closer toward your chest. Instead, can you allow your hands to just rest on your upper body and use the strength of your legs to pull your right shin in towards your chest. Right, left knee towards your left shoulder. You're welcome to flex both feet here. Send breath to your outer right hip. Take a full inhale. And a long exhale. Good. Nice and slowly bring your left foot down. I I want you to take your right heel and send it straight up towards the ceiling. So right heel up to the ceiling, flex your right toes back towards your face. Right, feel the sensation through the back of your right leg. And now point your right toes up towards the ceiling, right? You might feel like a little engagement through your shins or your quad. And then do that again, flex your right foot towards your face. Good, now point your right toes up towards the ceiling. And then I want you to find the place that's right in between. So you're reaching through the ball mound of your right foot, right? The ball mound is reaching up towards the ceiling or the sky if you're outside. Engage your quad, take a full breath in. Nice and slowly use the length of your breath out to slowly bring your right heel all the way back down to your mat, okay, without any rush to get there. Once your heel is down, just take a moment, notice the length through your right side body. Right, pausing to notice how we feel physically, energetically, emotionally without rushing into the next thing. So from here, you're welcome to keep your right leg long. Hug your left knee in towards your left shoulder. Right, and just start there. You can circle your ankle if that supports you. And then you're welcome to slide your right foot back onto the mat, knee up towards the ceiling. You can stay or think half happy baby on this side. Left hand to the pinky toes with your left foot. Bend your left knee enough to bring it towards your armpit. Maybe there's space for you to slightly roll onto your left side body, bringing your left quad towards the earth alongside your rib cage. Take a full breath in. And a long breath out. And slowly come back towards center. Take your left ankle, cross it over your right knee. You're welcome to stay right here with your hands resting on your body. Start to bring your right knee towards your right shoulder. Right, flexing both feet, using the strength of your own body, your own legs, to allow you to find some sensation through your left hip. Take a full breath. Let it go. Good, nice and slowly bring your right foot down. Send your left leg straight up towards the ceiling. Right, start by flexing your left toes back towards your face. Feel the lengthening through the back of your left leg. And then go ahead and point your left toes up towards the ceiling, right? Engage your quad, feel the muscles even through your shin, through your calf engaging. And then do that again, flex your left toes towards your face. And then point your left toes up to the ceiling, and now find a place in between where you're reaching through the ball mound of your left foot. Good, nice and slowly, keep your quad engaged to lengthen your hamstring. Take a full breath in. Take all the time that you need on your breath out to slowly lower your left leg down to the earth. Good, once your left heel is down, notice the length in your left side body. Right, feel it. Make space for that feeling. Good, now pull your right knee into your chest. Lift your left heel, use some belly strength, pull your left knee into your chest. I want you to lift your head and shoulders up off the earth, bring your forehead toward your knees, engage your core, take a big breath in. Stay for a breath out. Good, lower your head and shoulders, cross your ankles, bring your hands to your hamstrings. Nice and gently start to rock and roll up and down the length of your mat. Right, 1, 2, maybe 3 times. I want you to see if you can eventually land right in your boat pose. Right, your ankles might stay crossed, maybe uncross them. You can extend your arms forward if this feels like too much. Take your fingertips, place them right behind your hips. Now I want you to stay here. Breathe strength into your midline body. Take a full inhale. On your exhale, can you lower halfway down to a low boat? Good, inhale, come right back up. On your exhale, lower halfway down. Do that again. Inhale, lift up. On your exhale, lower halfway down. Now lift right back up, take a breath in. Just see, can you straighten out your right leg on your breath out? Good, stay here. Take an inhale. Left leg gets to straighten on your exhale. You're just here. One full in breath. One steady out breath. Good, cross your ankles, come to seated. Hands right onto your quad. And I want you to find length in your spine. Push down through your sits bones, lengthen through the crown of your head. Take your fingertips, reach them down, forward enough on your inhale. Connect your palms, look up at your hands, and then bring your thumbs right to your heart center on your exhale with your eyes closed. Come back to your intention or your dedication, and not avoiding, not escaping, but intentionally going towards it. Take a full breath in. Empty the breath out. Good, adding on. So stay rooted through your sits bones. Send your arms back up to the ceiling on your breath in. As you breathe out, I want you to bend both elbows, make cactus arms, squeeze your shoulder blades together, and then stay here. Breathe starting to expand through your chest. You can take a full inhale. On your exhale, start to bring your elbows towards your hips and then release your hands along your side body, right? So making a full circle with your arms, you'll do that again. Reach it down, forward enough on your in-breath. practice both arms. Start to bring your elbows towards your hip bones. Release your hands alongside of you on your out breath. One more time. Forward and up with your arms. Breathe in. Bend your elbows. Make that full circle with your hands as you breathe out. And then bring your hands onto your mat. Nice and slowly just transition into your tabletop. Okay, so bringing your wrists right underneath your shoulders, knees under your hips, right? Taking our time moving mindfully through the practice today. I want you to keep your toes untucked, so root down to the tops of both feet, and then hug your navel towards your spine to the long flat back. Good. Right here, take an in breath. Let the breath go on your out breath. And now you find a little bit of movement. Belly drops down, chest lifts. Breathe in. Push the ground away, start to round through your spine as you breathe back out. You get to do that again. Belly drops, chest lifts. Inhale. Push the ground away, let your spine round. Exhale. And then I want you to move just in any way that feels authentic here, right? So you can stay with cat-cows. If it feels good to change the shape, then go ahead and change it. Bring your hips from side to side. Maybe make some C curves with your spine. Are you figuring out what lands in your body, right? What your body needs. And just giving yourself some permission to go there. You're not avoiding, not escaping those physical cues that we get, right? But seeing if you can actually move towards them. Take another breath or two. And then as you're ready, find your way right back to your neutral tabletop. I want you to take your knees a little bit wider now, tuck your toes under. And nice and slowly think about a puppy pose. Start to walk your hands forward. Bring your forehead down to the earth, right in between your biceps. Great, so thinking about keeping your hips high above your knees, you get this opening through the front line of your chest, right? Really tapping into your heart space this morning. Give yourself one full breath in and a long breath out. And the transition is into Sphinx pose. So if your forearms aren't already down, bring your forearms down. So to bring the crown of your head forward until your shoulders are over your elbows, lower your hips down to the mat. Bring your toes to touch behind you. Press down into the tops of your feet. Using the strength of your arms and of your chest, can you lift your heart through your biceps? Tuck your chin down towards your chest for a moment. Take a full breath in. Empty the breath out. Go ahead and bring your chin towards your right shoulder. And then come back to center. Take your chin over to your left shoulder. Good. Come back to center. Lift your chest and lift your gaze. You're welcome to stay here. Or I want you to turn your palms out towards the corners of your mat. Push into your palms. Let your elbows lift slightly off the earth. Feel this opening through the front line of your body. Stay right here. Take a breath in. One steady breath out. Good, bring your elbows down, turn your palms forward, and then turn your elbows out, stack your palms, bring your forehead right onto your hands. Right, just feel the length of your spine here for a moment. May your knees sway your hips from side to side. Give yourself a breath. Good. And then from here, just slide your hands back towards your upper ribs. Bring your chin and your forehead down to your mat. I want you to wrap your elbows in around your spine, push into your feet, engage your legs. Start to lift your head and chest, baby cobra. Right, so everything still applies. So wrapping your elbows, your shoulder blades in towards center. Lifting right from the center of your chest. Take an inhale. Lower back down to the earth on your exhale. You'll do that again. Inhale, lift you up. Exhale, lower right back down. And it's just one more like that. Baby cobra. Take an inhale, lift. And with your exhale, you get to lower. Good. Now I want you to tuck your toes under. Right, so tuck your toes under and then fire up the muscles in your legs. Notice your knees lift, your quads lift, maybe your hips lift a bit. Can you find a strength through the center line of your body? Take one breath in and one full breath out. Now push into your hands, push into your feet in one light of motion. Can you rise right up to your high push-up? Take an inhale. Hinge forward 1 inch, exhale. Good, inhale, hinge back 1 inch. Exhale, hinge forward 1 inch. Now inhale, hinge back. Exhale, hinge forward. Lower halfway down, pause. Flip your feet, now lift your chest, forward facing dog. Take a big breath in. Curl over your toes, lift your hips up and back, down dog, breath out. In your down dog, find a little bit of movement, right? Bend into one knee, bend into the other. Just let your body land here, explore this shape and this space. Right, and really notice sensation that you feel. Emotion that you feel, right? Energy that you feel. Can you let it all be part of your practice today? And then as you're ready for stillness, find stillness, right? Down through the elbows of your hand, lengthen your arm bones and lift your hips. Sending breath through your spinal channel, take an inhale. Let the breath go, exhale. Good, on your in-breath, lift your hips and heels high. I want you to look forward. Slowly, one step at a time, walk your feet up to your hands. Once your feet are at your hands, soften your knees. And then let your body bow forward. Keep your knees soft and lengthen your spine. Lift up just halfway and pause. Hands to your shins, crown of your head forward. On your exhale, bow right back down to the mat. You'll do that again. Lift up halfway, take an inhale. Fold right back down, exhale. Good, this time there's a change. Lengthen out your spine. Lift up just halfway and pause on your breath in. On your breath out, take your thumbs, slide them right into your hip creases. Now wrap your elbows and your shoulder blades around your spine. I want you to find a little more length through your spinal channel. Take an inhale. Empty the breath, exhale. Nice and slowly start to rise into your Tadasana mountain pose. Right, no rush to get there. Moving mindfully this morning. Release your hands alongside your body. Open up your chest and lay out. Push into both feet. Taking a full breath. Inhale. Through your mouth, exhale. Good, forward and up with your arms and your breath in. Connect your palms above your head, look at your hands, and then bring your thumbs to your heart center on your breath out. And you already did this seated. Take an inhale. Let the breath go, exhale. Good, adding on. On your inhale, lift your arms up to the ceiling. On your exhale, I want you to bend your elbows, cactus your arms, bring your elbows toward your hip crease, and then release your hands behind your back. See if you can interlace. If that doesn't feel accessible, just go ahead and grab your shirt. It's the same thing. Maybe there's a strap nearby. Soften your knees and lift your chest. Pull your knuckles towards the earth as you inhale. Keep your knees bent. Lead with your heart. Bow forward and fold. Keeping the bind as you exhale. Tuck your chin to your chest. Take an in-breath. And a full out breath. Good, you're welcome to stay here. Or start to bend your left knee deeply. Bring your left shoulder towards your left knee and twist your chest to the feet. And then slowly come back to center. Bend your right knee deeply. Bring your right shoulder towards your right knee. Rotate your chest to the left. Good, come back to center. Take a full breath in. Empty the breath out. I want you to keep the bind and lift up halfway. Pull your knuckles towards the back of the room. Crown of your head to the ceiling. Take an inhale. Keep your knees this bent. Release the bind. Reach your fingertips straight out in front of you on your exhale. Right into this strong bear pose. Can you take a full breath in? Cactus your arms. Bend both elbows on your breath out. Right? Squeeze your shoulder blades together. Take an inhale. Release your hands back by your hips on your exhale. Take your fingertips. Reach them down, forward, and up. Straighten your legs. Extended mountain pose. Take a breath in. Hands come together right at your heart center. Fully breathe out. Root into your feet. Arms to the ceiling. Inhale. Cactus your arms, make that full circle, elbows towards your hips, release your hands back behind you on your exhale. Soften your knees and lift your chest, take one full breath in. Keep your knees bent, lead with your heart, bow forward and fold, tuck your chin to your chest and your breath out. Keep the bind, lift up halfway, knuckles to the back of the room, inhale. From here on your exhale, release your hands down to the mat, step your feet back, high push-up and pause. From your high push-up, hinge forward 1 inch, breathe in. Hinge back 1 inch, breathe out. Hinge forward, inhale. Lower halfway down, pause, exhale. Now I want you to come right back up, high push-up, breathe in. I know, down dog, breathe out. You're like, it's too early for that. You're right, but we'll adapt. Right, from your down dog, give yourself an in-breath. Let it go on your out breath. From here, inhale, lift your heels. Bend your knees, look forward. On your exhale, walk or hop. Bring your feet right up to your hands. Right, starting to get into your sunnies. Lift halfway, inhale. Forward fold, exhale. Root into your feet, rise to stand. Extended mountain pose. Breathe in. Soften your knees, fold all the way back to your mat. Breathe out. Lift up halfway, inhale. Plant your hands down, high to low push-up on your exhale. Flip your feet and lift your chest forward facing. Breathe in. Bring your hips up and back, downward facing dog. Breathe right back out. Right, so building some heat, some rhythm. Right away, inhale, lift your heels, bend your knees. Exhale, walk or hop, bring your feet to your hands. Halfway lift, breathe in. Forward fold, breathe out. Rise to stand, extended mountain pose, inhale. Soften your knees, fold to the earth, exhale. Halfway lift, breathe in. Plant your hands, Chaturanga Dandasana, full breath down. Good, upward facing, opening through your heart, inhale. Hips come up and back, downward facing dog, exhale. Give yourself an in-breath. Empty it on your out-breath. Inhale, heels lift, knees bend. Exhale, bring your feet to your hands. Lift halfway, inhale. Fold back down, exhale. Root to rise, extended mountain pose, breathe in. Forward fold, breathe back out. Halfway lift, inhale. Chaturanga, full exhale. Upward facing, breathe in. Downward facing, breathe out. I want you to find a rhythm, so right away you get into it. Inhale, lift your heels, bend your knees. Exhale, take your feet to your hands. Halfway lift. Forward fold. Extended mountain, rise. Uttanasana, down. Lift halfway. Chaturanga. Upward facing. Downward facing. Once more, you guys. Inhale, heels lift, knees bend. Exhale, feet up to your hands. Halfway lift. Forward fold. Rise on an inhale. Fold on an exhale. Lengthen your spine. Chaturanga. Upward facing. Downward facing. Now you get to pause. Where you feel that breath, that heat, that transitioning in your body. You're not avoiding, not escaping any kind of sensation that shows up. Just staying with it. Right in these four corners of your mat, can you experience what's there? Take an inhale. Empty your breath, exhale. Good. Bring your down dog from here, you guys. Bring your left foot to the center of your mat and then raise your right leg up behind you. So your right heel gets to lift. And then go ahead, bend your right knee, bring your heel towards your glute, and then peel your hip open. You're welcome to stay. Or take a little bit of movement, right? Circle your knee, circle your ankle. See what lands in your body. And then as you're ready, go ahead and square your hips off. Find your three-legged down dog. Take a breath in. Now on your breath out, bring your right knee in towards your nose. Shoulders come over your wrists. Engage through your core pause. Can you send your right leg up and back again? Three-legged down dog, inhale. Do that again. Right knee comes in towards your nose, round your spine, exhale. One more time. Three-legged down dog, full breath in. Bring your right knee in towards your nose, round your spine. Now look forward, step your right foot forward. Good. From here, bring your left knee down. Untuck your left toe. To start, walk your hands right up onto your right quad. Right, so intentionally now bringing your shoulders over your hips, lengthening your spine. Fingertips reach down, forward, and up. Take a big breath in. Just like you've been doing, bend your elbows, cactus your arms, squeeze your shoulder blades, bring your elbows towards your hips, release your hands behind your back. Interlace your knuckles and then pull them down towards your left heel as you lift your arm. Give yourself a full breath in. Stay here, breathe right back out. And then release the bind, let your hands frame your right foot. I want you to tuck your left toes under and lift your left knee. Find your low lunge, give yourself an inhale. And then from here, I just want you to lift your hips up and back, let your body fold forward on your exhale. Can you think about lengthening your spine, straightening your arm bones, crown of your head comes forward, take a breath in. And then fold right back down over your right leg, full breath out. Good, from here, bend into your right knee. I want you to soften your hips, look forward, take a breath in. Keep your right knee as bent as you can. Start to lift your left heel to the ceiling. So it's a modified standing leg split, right? Your right knee is super, super bent. Let your chin tuck to your chest. Give yourself an inhale. Nice and slowly, just step your left foot forward to meet your right foot. Knees are still soft on your exhale. Good. Halfway lift, breathe in. Your body folds forward on your breath out. Now drop your hips back and sweep your arms high. Find chair pose. Uttanasana. Take a breath in. Now again, I want you to pull your hips back and reach your arms straight out in front of you, right? So you've been here once before already. From your hips to your fingertips, can you lengthen? Take an in breath. Cactus your arms, squeeze your shoulder blades on your out breath. Stay here, breath in. Now fingertips sweep back behind you, breath out. Take your fingertips, reach them down, forward and up. Straighten your legs, extended mountain pose. Breathe in. Hands come together at your heart center. Take a breath out. Still building, arms to the ceiling, inhale. Bend your elbows, bring your elbows towards your hips, hands behind your low back. Exhale, soften your knees, lift your chest. Take an in breath. Knees stay bent as you lead with your heart. Bow forward and fold. Take your chin to your chest. Out breath. Keep the bind, lift up halfway. Take a breath in. Release the bind, hands to the mat. Left foot steps back to lunge on your breath out. So it's the same side. From your low lunge, soften your hips and inhale. And then I want you to airplane your arms with your fingertips back by your hips on your exhale, right? Pull your feet towards one another. Notice that shakiness in your legs, right? That strength, that stability that's there. And take an in breath. Empty on your out breath. Now soften your hips slightly. Take your fingertips down, forward and up with your arms. You get to rise, crescent lunge. Great, and just land here for a moment. Okay, maybe you've been here 1,000 times. Maybe it's your first time. Right? Just explore the shape as if it's new regardless. Right? Feel the ball of your left foot. And notice the space behind your right knee. Right? Just take it in. Then I want you to lift your arms to the ceiling. Take a big breath in. On your breath out, cactus your arms, bend your left knee to hover right above the earth and pause, right? Feel that strength, that opening at the same time. Now straighten both legs, reach your arms above your head, inhale. Do that again, bend both knees, cactus your arms, full exhale. One more time, inhale, straighten, lift up. Exhale, bend both knees, cactus your arms, pause, release your hands down by your hips. Now keep your knees this bent, reach your arms forward and up, crescent lunge, take an inhale. On your exhale, hands to the mat. Right foot goes back, hinge forward, lower halfway. Flip your feet, lift your chest. Breathe in. Hips come up and back, downward facing dog. You get a big breath out. Take an inhale. And a full exhale. Another like that. Breathe in. Breathe right back out. Okay, there's one more breath there for you. So go ahead and take it, push into your hands, feel the length of your spine, take an inhale. And through your mouth, exhale. Good, right foot to the center of your mat, lift your left heel up towards the ceiling. You're welcome to stay and just feel the length in your left side body, or bend your left heel towards your glute, peel your hip open. Right, circle your knee, your ankle, see what feels good, what supports you here. And then square your hips off, three-legged down dog, take an inhale. On your exhale, bring your left knee in toward your nose, round your spine, shoulders over your wrist. You'll do that again. Send your left leg up and back, inhale. The left knee, bring it in toward your nose, pause, exhale. One more time, three-legged down dog, take a breath in. Now bring your left knee in toward your nose, round your spine, look forward, and then step your left foot forward. Good, bring your right knee down. Untuck your right toes. I always wonder what you guys think when I'm out of breath and the class just started. Walk your hands up onto your left quad. You know that I love you. Bring your shoulders over your hips so you can lengthen your arm bones. And to strengthen your legs, send your arms forward and up. Take an inhale. Just like you've been doing, bend your elbows, squeeze your shoulder blades, elbows towards your hips, release your hands behind your back. Interlace your knuckles. Pull your knuckles back towards your right heel as you lift your chest. And breathe. Fully inhale. Fully exhale. Good. And then all you'll do is release the bind. Let your hands bring your left foot. I want you to tuck your right toes and lift your right knee. Find your low lunge. Stay here for a moment on your inhale. Now go ahead and straighten out both legs. Lift your hips up and back as you fold on your exhale. I want you to keep your legs as straight to your degree. Lengthen your arm bones. So find a flat back on your inhale. Keep the length and then bow right back down on your exhale. Now go ahead, bend back into your left knee. Soften your hips, look forward, breathe in. Keep your left knee nice and bent. Start to lift your left heel up to the ceiling. Great, so it's a modified standing leg split. Left leg stays super, super bent. Tuck your chin to your chest, inhale. Right foot meets your left foot at the top of your mat on your exhale. Both knees bent, halfway lift, in breath. Fold back down, out breath. Good, hips drop back, arms sweep up, Tadasana, inhale. Pull your hips back, your fingertips straight on in front of you, exhale. Good, from here, take a breath in. Cactus your arms, squeeze your shoulder blades, and pause here. Pause on your breath out, take another inhale. Now your hands come back by your hips on your exhale. Take your fingertips, reach them down, forward and up, straighten your legs. Extended mountain, breathe in. Hands come together at your heart center. Take a full breath down. Good. Root into your feet, arms to the ceiling. Inhale. Cactus your arms, elbows towards your hips. Release your hands behind your low back. Find the interlace. Pull your knuckles down, lift your chest high. Inhale. With soft knees, let your body bow forward and folds into your chest. Exhale. With the bind, lift up halfway. Breathe in. Plant your hands down. Right foot steps back to lunge. Breathe out. Good. Let your hips soften. Inhale. Airplane your arms, hands back by your hips on your exhale. Now set it up, right? Pull your feet towards one another. Your legs will shake. That's okay, right? Can you tolerate that sensation of your shoulder blades around your spine and being stared at by a couple of ducks? Hug your pinky fingers towards one another. Take a breath in. Let your hips soften slightly on your breath out. Fingertips down, forward and up. Find your crescent lunge. Good. And then let it evolve, right? First time here on this side, let it evolve, let it grow. It doesn't have to look perfect your first time in it. Right, so notice the subtle sensations. Notice your third toe on your left foot. And feel the back of your left knee. Right, just tuning into your body and what's here. I want you to take a breath in, lift up. On your breath out, cactus your arms, bend your right knee to hover right above the mat and pause. Good. Or straighten both legs, arms to the ceiling. Breathe in. Do that again. Bend both knees, cactus your arms, pause, breath out. One more time. Inhale, straighten and lift. And your exhale, bend both knees, cactus out your arms. Release your hands down by your hips. Keep your knees this bent, reach your arms to the ceiling. Crescent lunge, inhale. On your exhale, hands to the mat. The left foot goes back, lower halfway, chaturanga. Flip your feet, lift your chest. Forward facing, breathe in. Hips go up and back, downward facing dog, breathe out. In your down dog, I want you to land and take a couple of full breaths here. You feel your breath moving, your heart beating. You notice that there's a stillness of your thoughts, of your emotions, right? And can you come back to being in the four corners of your mat? Right, with the intention that outside of this practice, you can expand beyond it. Right, not avoiding, not escaping, but making space for our thoughts, our feelings, our guilt, our shame, our grief, right, for all of it. Right, cultivating that space so that we can become more aware, so that we can take more action. Push into your hands, give yourself a full breath in. Empty that breath back out. Good, and then you start to find a little bit of a flow here. On your inhale, lift your heels. Bend your knees, look forward. On your exhale, walk or hop, bring your feet to your hands. You'll lift halfway on your breath in. Fold back down on your breath out. Hips back, arms high, chair pose, inhale. Fold, fold, exhale. Lift up halfway, breathe in. Plant your hands, high to low, push and take a full breath out. Upward facing. Downward facing. And you get right into it. Right leg lifts, breathe in. Step your right foot forward on a breath out. Soften your hips. Airplane your arms. You've been here. Rise to your crescent lunge, breathe in. Bend both knees, cactus your arms, release your hands by your hips on your breath out. Keep your knees bent, crescent lunge, arms to the ceiling, inhale. Hands to the mat, chaturanga, exhale. Upward facing. Downward facing. Left leg lifts, breathe in. Step forward to lunge, breathe out. Hips soften. Airplane your arms. Rise to crescent lunge, breathe in. Cactus your arms, soften your right knee. Hands by your hips, breathe out. Keep your knees bent, reach your arms to the ceiling. Inhale. Hands to the mat, chaturanga. Exhale. Upward facing. Downward facing. Breathe. Right, reset. And intentionally ground yourself so that you can begin again. A little more aware, and a little bit more strength, and a whole lot more space. Right, to do the work, to have the conversations, right, to be part of change. Take an inhale. Let it go, exhale. Inhale, lift your heels, bend your knees, look forward. Exhale, walk or hop, bring your feet forward. Lift halfway. Fold back down. Right, your body knows it. Hips back, arms high. Utkatasana. Exhale, Uttanasana. Lengthen, in breath. Chaturanga, out breath. Upward facing. Downward facing. Right leg lifts, breathe in. Step your right foot forward, breathe out. Hips soften. Airplane arms. Crescent lunge. Practice your arms, bend your left knee. Hands by your hips, now arms back to the ceiling. Breathe in. Chaturanga, breathe back out. Right, all this opening, all this space through your heart. Take an inhale. Hips back, exhale. Notice how it lands. Notice what it brings up. Left leg lifts. Step forward. Hips soften. Airplane arms. Crescent on your in breath. Bend your right knee and your elbows on your out breath. Hands by your hips, now arms back to the ceiling. Inhale. High to low push up. Exhale. Upward facing. Downward facing. Breathe. Right, really feeling your breath. Really listening for your breath. Take an inhale. Full exhale. Another like that, breathe in. And breathe right back out. Okay, you guys, slowing down but adding on. So we're down dog, lift your right leg up to the ceiling, take a breath in. Now bring your right knee in towards your nose, step your right foot forward and pause in your breath out. Go ahead and drop your left knee down again and tuck your left toe. Arms to the ceiling, kneeling crescent, breathe in. Practice your arms, release your hands down by your hips on your breath out. Now bring your hands back to frame your right foot. Tuck your left toes, lift your left knee, take a big inhale. Pull your hips up and back, straighten out both legs, bow forward and fold, exhale. Now lift up halfway, lengthen your arm bones, breathe in. Fold back over your right leg on your breath out. Bend your right knee, take an inhale. Look forward, plant your hands down. Now lift your left heel up again, find your standing leg split on your exhale. Or you can straighten your right leg out any further this time if that supports you, but also it's okay to keep that bent. Right, maybe you bring your hands to your right ankle and play with balance. If you like to play with some handstand hops, right, you can try that out. Right, for the most part, it's probably just you on your mat. So if there's something you want to play with, then play with it. Take one breath in and one full breath out. Now remember what you did earlier with those knee to noses. I want you to see if you can try that out here. So on an inhale, lift your left heel any bit higher. On your exhale, bend your left knee, bring it in towards your nose, let your right knee soften with it. Good, do that again. Send your left leg back, inhale. Left knee to your nose on your exhale. One more time, send it up and back, breathe in. Now bring your left knee to your nose on your breath out, pause. I want you to bend your right knee deeply. So you're in this kind of squatting pose, left knee to your chest. Can you see if you can rise to a one-legged Tadasana, keeping your left knee off the earth the whole time? Right, just slowly starting to lift up, left knee to your chest, arms to the ceiling. I know, take a big breath in. Now, just like you did early on, it's that figure four shape. Take your left ankle, cross it over your right knee. Bend your right knee and then bring your hands to your heart. One hand to your heart, one hand to your low belly. Right, play with balance, play with stability. Take a breath in. And one full breath out. Good, push into your right leg, left knee back to your chest. One-legged Tadasana, inhale. On your exhale, step your left foot to the back of your mat. Land with your hands next to your hips. Crescent lunge with airplane arms. Root into both feet. Take an inhale, rise to your crescent lunge. On your exhale, bend both knees, elbows to your hips. Release your hands down by your side body. Now come back to your crescent lunge. Inhale. This time you get to open your hips, find your warrior two. Right, so you really get to take up space now in your warrior two. I want you for a moment to rest your hands down on your quads. Right, you might use your hands as a self-assist here, right, to help your right knee towards your pinky toes. Shoulders come over your hips. Right, and then from there, who cares, right? Let your eyes close. And just feel this shape in your body. Let your arms extend forward and back, bring your gaze over your right middle finger. Take a full breath in. And a long breath out. Go ahead and straighten your right leg. Reach both arms to the ceiling. Gentle warrior. Fully inhale. On your exhale, cactus your arms, bend back into your right knee. Good, now take your hands behind your head like you were setting up for a sit-up. You're not doing one, don't worry, at least not now. And then lift up out of your hips as you breathe in. On your breath out, start to bring your right elbow towards your right knee. Right, so a modified side angle lunge. Stay here, engaging through your core. Give yourself a breath in. And one full breath out. Right forearm to your right quad. Bring your left arm above your head. Rotate your heart to the ceiling. Take a full breath in. And one long breath out. Good, now nice and slowly come back to your warrior two. Keep your right knee bent, reverse it up and back. Take an inhale. On your exhale, windmill your hands down to your mat, pause in your low lunge. I want you to turn all 10 toes forward. Soften your hips and breathe in. Now right leg goes all the way up and back, three-legged down dog, breathe out. Bend your right knee, peel your hip open. And then you decide, you guys, right? You've done plenty of heart opening, so it might feel really natural. There might be a desire even to flip your dog here. And if it's there, if it's calling for you, go ahead and take it. Right, maybe you land in wild thing instead. See what allows you to open through your heart. Notice any resistance that's there. Take a breath in. One full breath out. Soften your hips first. Come back around, three-legged down dog. Inhale. Right foot is going to step forward again. Low lunge in your exhale. I know your right leg is working. Go ahead and drop your left knee down. Untuck your left toes. Same side, arms to the ceiling. Take a breath in. Now I want you to find a twist here. Left hand forward, right hand back on your breath out. Just pause for an inhale. Twist on your exhale. Now you can drop your right hand to the back of your left leg. Reach your left arm up to the ceiling. Take an inhale. Good. On your exhale, it's a kneeling crescent twist. So take your left elbow outside your right knee. Go ahead and stack your palms. Right, staying close to the ground. You can keep your left knee down right as you can. Take a breath in. One full breath out. And then go ahead, release your hands to the inside of your right foot. Tuck your left toes and lift your left knee. Take a breath in. Now walk your hands to the left, come into a wide-legged forward fold. Great, soften your knees, toes in, heels out, lengthen out your spine, inhale. And now go ahead, let your body fold forward, exhale. Great, chin tucks to your chest. Find a variation with your arms that works in your body. Breathe right back out. Lengthen out your spine. I want you to bring a soft bend into your knees, fingertips under your shoulders, and lift up halfway. Inhale. Now go ahead, walk your hands back to the right. Come into your low lunge. All 10 toes forward. Take an in-breath. Right foot, I want you to step it straight back to you in a high push. Nothing changes on your out breath. Now hips forward, breathe in. Lower to your chaturanga. Come right back up, high push up. Back to downward facing dog. Take a full inhale. And a long exhale. Somehow we'll remember that all on the other side. Lift your left heel, take a breath in. Bring your knee in towards your nose, step your left foot forward to lunge. Good. Bring your right knee down and tuck your right toes. Arms to the ceiling, kneeling crescent, take an inhale. Cactus your arms, elbows towards your hips, release your hands by your side body, and then just let them frame your left foot. Good. Tuck your right toes, lift your right knee, take a breath in. Straighten out both legs, pull your hips up and back on your breath out. Good. Now think about lengthening your spine. Lengthen through your arms, lift the crown of your head, inhale. Fold back over your left leg on your exhale. Good, bend back into your left knee. Find your low lunge, breathe in. And now you reach your right heel up towards the ceiling. Find that standing leg split as you breathe out. And you have a couple breaths. Right, so maybe you play with balance, bringing your left hand or both hands to your right ankle. Right, maybe you like to play with handstand hops here. Just see what works for you today. Another breath or two. And then as you're ready, lift your right heel, take a breath in. So both hands are on the mat now. On your breath out, bring your right knee in toward your nose. You can soften your left knee, tuck your chin to your chest. Good, do that again. Right leg back, inhale. Right knee to your chest, soften your knees, exhale. Once more, back with your right leg, breathe in. Now bring your right knee in towards your nose. Now bend both knees so you can soften, look forward. Without letting your right foot touch, can you slowly, from the ground up, rise to a one-legged Tadasana. Right knee, hip height, arms to the ceiling, breathe in. Now find your figure four, right ankle over your left knee, sink your hips and bring your hands to your head. Right hands can stay right at your heart, or one hand to your heart, one hand to your low belly. Breath goes right into the outside of your right hip. Take an inhale and a full exhale. One more, you guys. Breathe in. Breathe right back out. Good. Push into your left foot, right knee to your chest, arms to the ceiling. Take an inhale. Now right foot lands at the back of your mat, hands by your hips. Crescent lunge, legs with airplane arms. Take an inhale. Soften your hips, exhale. Fingertips go down, forward and up. Breathe in. Bend both knees, cactus your arms, release your hands by your hips on your breath out. Now arms back to the ceiling, inhale. Go ahead and find your warrior two. In your warrior two, bend deeply into your left knee and then let your arms relax onto your legs. Let your eyes close. And just feel the strength of support through your lower body. Without rushing, without escaping that tension that's in your left quad, that tension that's in your heart, that's in our world. Or can you make space for that too? So go ahead and extend your arms forward and back. Straighten your left leg, both arms to the ceiling. Breathe in. Bend into your left knee as you cactus your arms on your breath out. Bring your hands to the back of your head. Good. You lift up on an inhale. Now start to bring your left elbow towards your left quad on your exhale. Engage through your core. Stay with the strength. Breathe in. Breathe out. Good. Left forearm to your left quad, right arm above your head. Take an inhale. Just one exhale. Use the strength of your core. Come up and back. Reverse your warrior. Breathe in. On your breath out, windmill your hands down to your mat. Turn all 10 toes forward. Low lunge. Take an inhale. The left leg goes all the way up and back. Three-legged down dog. Bend your left knee. Peel your hip open. You're welcome to stay. Or again, if that wild thing or flip dog is calling for you, go ahead and listen and take that. Lift your hips, lift your heart. If it feels better just to stay, then stay. One breath. Let it go. Soften your hips. Left leg back to the ceiling. Three-legged down dog. Breathe in. Left foot gets to step all the way through your hands, low lunge. Good. Drop your right knee back down. What are we doing? Untuck your right toes. Walk your hands back to your left quad. Forearms lengthen. And then arms, I don't know, but maybe just your forearms. Try that out. Arms to the ceiling. Breathe in. Now twist to the left. Right hand forward, left arm back. Right, I know the tendency is to lean forward. See if you can bring your shoulders over your head. Now drop your left hand to the back of your right leg. Right arm to the ceiling. Take an in-breath. On your exhale, right elbow outside your left knee. Let your palms stack. Find your twist. So you know you're not here for long. Can you breathe in fully? And breathe back out. One more like that. Full inhale. Get to the bottom of your exhale. And then gently release your hands to the inside of your left foot. Tuck your right toes and lift your right knee. Find your low lunge and your breath in. Now walk your hands to the right. Find a wide-legged forward fold. Toes in, heels out. Soft bend in your knees. Lengthen your spine on your inhale. Go ahead and let your body fold forward on your exhale. And if you're craving a little more opening through your hips and you want to move through your Skandasana, you can play with that. Or you're bending into your left knee deeply, turn your right toes to the ceiling. And then just shifting and doing the same thing on the other side. Left toes to the ceiling, let your hips sink down. If it feels good to move back and forth between the two, you can do that. Otherwise, staying right in a forward fold is fine. Full breath. And slowly make your way back to center. Let your knees soften, fingertips under your shoulders, lengthen your spine, breathe in. Now walk your hands to the front of your mat, find your low lunge. All 10 toes forward, breathe out. Take an inhale. Can you just slide your left foot straight back, high push-up on your exhale? I need to move this ant right off of my little mat. Okay, from your high push-up, hinge forward, breathe in. Lower halfway, breathe out. Now flip your feet and lift your chest forward, facing dog. Give yourself an inhale. Hips up and back, downward facing dog on your exhale. Take a full breath. Open your mouth, let it go. Good, inhale, lift your heels, bend your knees, look forward. Exhale, walk or hop, just bring your feet forward and then go ahead and sit right back down on your mat. Go plant the soles of your feet down. Bring your hands right onto your shins. And I want you to lengthen up through your spine. Lift your chest and the crown of your head. Breathe in. Stay rooted through your feet, straight through your spine. Start to lean back in your breath out. I want you to land until your arms are straight. So once your arms are straight, take an inhale. I now want you to lean into that natural rounding of your spine in your exhale. Your chin to your chest. Take a breath in. Stay to breathe out. Release your knees and then slowly find your way all the way back down onto your mat. Bring both knees into your chest. Go ahead and rock gently side to side. You're welcome to stay here. Or maybe it feels good now to take a full happy baby pose, reaching for the pinky toe edges of both soles of your feet to the ceiling. And bring your knees back into your chest. And then go ahead and drop both knees over to the right. Bring your hips towards the center of your mat. Extend your left arm. Just a gentle spinal twist. You've already opened through your hips, through your solar plexus, through your heart, your throat raise. So just starting to let all that opening, all that movement, all that energy settle. And gently come back to center, knees to your chest, and then drop them over to the left. Extend your right arm. And then go ahead and come back to center. And for a moment, just go ahead and send the soles of your feet up towards the ceiling, right? You can keep a deep bend in your knees. If you do have a block or something to slide under your hips, you're welcome to do that. But otherwise, just keep a bend in your knees, soles of your feet to the ceiling. It might even feel good to reach your fingertips towards your toes, just a gentle bend in your elbows. Okay, nothing, no muscle, super engaged here. Take a breath. Let it go. And then bring your knees to your chest. Bring your palms to your shins. Lift your head and chest up off the earth. Bring your forehead towards your knees. Engage every muscle. Take a breath in. And then release. Extend your legs down the length of your mat on your breath out. Or you get to take your feet wide, your arms wide. And coming into this final resting pose shape. Again, allowing yourself to not escape, not avoid, but to notice what's there. Okay, what stories we've been telling ourselves, what narratives we hold, and how limiting they might be. Take a breath. Let it go. Shavasana. I'm going to leave you guys right here. There's no need, no rush to come out of this shape. Okay, you stay here for as long as you can, as long as you need. I love you deeply, and I miss you so very much. Namaste.